Going back to the original vision of blockchain, right, that Bitcoin gave us, it's this idea that you would have globally accessible financial infrastructure. So rather than today, where it's all, our financial systems are all based on analog technology because, we've been using them since way before the internet, then you would have, in the same way that 5 billion people can access the internet, if you can access the internet, then you could access some form of financial infrastructure. That's kind of been the base vision of crypto from the beginning, right? Internet of finance, digital money, digitally native, so where money becomes data. So there's many ways that people have talked about this in the past.
Welcome back to the Bitcoin Traveler. Today, we're exploring insights from Lily Liu, president of the Solana Foundation, on the increasing interest of traditional finance, often referred to as TradFi, in the cryptocurrency space. As the boundaries between conventional financial systems and digital assets continue to blur, it's crucial to understand the factors driving this convergence. Before we delve into the discussion, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest content. Have you observed traditional financial institutions engaging more with crypto? Share your thoughts in the comments below.
And so therefore, I think that the potential scope of internet capital markets is definitionally broader than what we define as being financial markets today, right? Because all of those assets that we recognize as being financial assets today, from fiat money, money market funds, various forms of different funds, securities, debt instruments. Increasingly, what we're seeing, especially in this cycle now, this has also been articulated for at least 10 years, is the ability to issue those assets on a blockchain. And if it is some form of a public blockchain, then you have access potentially to the liquidity of 5 billion people in the same way that you have the liquidity of potential consumers, 5 billion consumers, if you're on the open internet. That's probably most seen in search engines and social media platforms, right? So I think that is the potential of what blockchain can do, and having sort of open finance. So where I think institutions come into that is, clearly the financial markets are primarily in, the financial industry today, but then those assets can have the potential of all being represented on chain and being accessible to some portion of those 5 billion users. That's kind of like the grand vision. And so I think it's great that some of the best, brightest, and most respected institutions are seeing that potential and seeing this as being complementary to their business in the same way that 30 years ago, when the internet, you call it Internet 1.0 or 2.0, or Web 1 and Web 2 introduced this idea that you would have default open information. It doesn't mean that all information, certainly does not mean that all information is accessible to everyone all of the time. We have tons of permissioning in the Web 2 world, right? But the infrastructure is open. And that allows sort of global scalability to today 5 billion people and probably more in the future. So therefore, I think that with open finance, these institutions, which are the issuers and sort of the guardians of the majority of assets today on Wall Street and in kind of traditional finance, are a really necessary player in terms of bringing those assets on chain and helping us build this broader vision of open finance, because open finance is going to be agnostic to which assets, in the same way that the information internet is pretty agnostic as to whether it's an email or whether it's Elon Musk's social media post, right? In a way, those are all somewhat neutral in that they're all just bits of data, and they both exist in, probably, not just probably, certainly other forms of data, let's call it, or content that you may not want to see, right? So there's going to be the full range of content. Not all content is going to be for everyone, because that's what it means to be open finance. In the same way, that's what we have on the open internet.
In a recent interview, Lily Liu highlighted factors contributing to TradFi's growing interest in cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies offer new avenues for portfolio diversification and potential yield generation. With interest rates remaining low in traditional markets, digital assets present an attractive alternative for returns. The maturation of blockchain technology and the development of secure custody solutions have addressed many of the technological concerns that previously deterred TradFi institutions from engaging with crypto.
Any economy integrates these different uses of money because ultimately, here's money and here's all the ways that people want to use it. They want to pay, they want to save, and they want to invest. And one of the things that we get with digital finance, with open finance, and with programmable money is this idea that you can start to collapse these functions down together, right? So I've got a wallet. So through self custody, I have a wallet, and I have stable coins in my wallet, and you kind of break down these segmentations that we kind of have inherited in the more traditional world, where as I remember it being in the US, for example, I would have Venmo for payments, and then I would have, let's call it Wells Fargo, if I had a little bit more money for savings. And then if you had more money to invest, then I would have a Charles Schwab brokerage account, for example, right? And those are three totally different experiences, highly walled off from one another, actually pretty hard to move money between them. Whereas if you have a self-custody wallet with stablecoins, then you can pay and you can save and invest in even just one fluid motion, right? So those are some of the new consumer experiences when it comes to using money that I think are unique.
That's all for today's episode of the Bitcoin Traveler. Have you noticed traditional financial institutions engaging more with cryptocurrencies? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest content. Until next time, stay informed and navigate the evolving financial landscape wisely.